Okay, we are on behalf of Institute of Philosophy, and before Adriana and Nuria, I'd like to say hello. I'm very happy that you are here, and this is, we can say, we were in the University of Complutenza, which origin is Complutum, which means, Complutum means...
It was the Latin name of a city near Madrid, Alcalá de Henares, where was originally founded the university.
Super. We were in, several of us, 5 I think, in November 2017, conference about engaging vulnerability and exclusion. The conference, we spent 2 days in a very friendly area, and now we are here with you, and our conference will be on violence, as you know, as you see. Technical informations today. I think here at 6 o'clock is here is a small dinner, I think.
At 4.
At 4. Why at 4?
Because there will be break before 2 sessions, and there will be coffee, and after that the second session.
Second session will be here, then?
And at 7 we will have conversation with Instituto Cervantes.
Instituto Cervantes, you know, probably we will go together there. Yeah.
Sure.
Then tomorrow morning we have second session, and also second session, then lunch 3 o'clock. I didn't see this. Why 3 o'clock? Because this is too late. Well, okay, and we arranged the conference, the title, "The Return of Violence: Contemporary Anxieties of the Community." And please, Adriana, tell us several words and.
Nuria, maybe first.
No, why? Okay, I would like to thank you for being the great host you always are. This is my second time here in Belgrade, but for my colleagues, it's the first time we come together as a group on the Complutenza, and we are very interested in this cooperation, in this exchange between our perspectives and approaches about common readings. We have, I think we all have tackled authors as Judith Butler, Wendy Brown, Axel Honneth, authors who has focused on why and how we act together, which are the normative sources and also the mythical sources of our communities, and we are very curious about which topics to consider key issues, key topics about these themes, these subjects, and also to exchange our own interpretations, and also our own outlook about political situation in Serbia, in Spain. Community and violence was an issue that when we spoke about an hypothetical topic for this conference, we found it could be fruitful, helpful for both groups. Naturally, when we speak about community, violence appears at the beginning, at the middle, at the end, because a community has always to tackle and to manage, to deal with outbursts of violence, negative emotions, emotions related to hostility. And I think that looking at the program, at the scheduled papers and presentations, we will have a chance to exchange and to discuss about the approaches we came about this issue. I have the impression that differences naturally will appear regarding these topics related to violence and community, but also we will be able to analyze and to outline some analogies between our both societies based in South Europe. I think this impression of proximity, I think we will have the opportunity to find and to trace this not artificial analogies, but natural analogies of two models of society which have experienced in a very violent way the limitations of the pattern of nation state. When I suggested the subtitle Contemporary Anxieties of the Community, I was thinking, I was expecting to raise and to put on the table precisely this kind of uncomfortable features of our own communities. So I'm very happy to be here, and I have to thank you all to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Well, after these two, the director and Nuria, I just can say thank you for coming and being with us for these 2 days, and especially for wanting to discuss this, I think, very hard topic. But as I was listening to what you're saying, I decided to change what I wrote, because I always have something written and never improvise. But I will now try to improvise, because I was thinking, also for the first time when we met in Madrid 2 years ago, and when we discussed, as was heard, vulnerability, exclusion in some kind of a wider framework of engagement, which of course is something very relevant for the Group for Social Engagement Studies that we kind of set up here in Belgrade and wanted to develop and build upon. I had the impression in Madrid how we had many similarities. We had many things to compare and think in common, but in the end we all came with our own prepared papers which were dealing with philosophical or social theoretical stuff. And of course we had some authors, as you mentioned, Butler, Honneth, people that we draw upon and that we kind of use for our own thinking. But in the end, it wasn't really a Madrid-Belgrade or Serbian-Spanish workshop in terms of intermingling, in terms of interfering of our own thoughts. And I was thinking how, in a way, we are now invited to again come with our own philosophical and sociological references here to put them on a table, and then maybe try to also think of this framework where these keywords would not only remain in the larger sphere of theory, as we did in Madrid, and I think maybe we will also do now in Belgrade, but I kind of, as a convener of this workshop, hope that we will also manage to not only talk about the similarities between the Southern European, Southeast European countries that we're coming from in the kafana, in the restaurant where we do as we did, but also to try and think of them in our conversations after our presentation, and to maybe enhance and build this Serbian-Spanish communication that we started 2 years ago, and I hope we will only continue with this event. So thank you for coming, and now I would like us to invite the discussants and the panelists. Do you want to